You're watching the news on Magic Bricks now. I'm Amita Balachandra. Let's take a look at the top headlines. Mega Magic Bricks now impact. CM Devendra Fadnavis suspends no confidence motion against Navi Mumbai Civic Chief Tukaram Munde. Record number of firecracker-related injuries. People queuing up complaining of sore throat, wheezing and breathlessness. City still blanketed by smog 3 days after the festivities. Is it time to ban firecrackers? That is a big question we're asking on Magic Bricks now. Mega cities in India get mega metro push. In Mumbai, the Dahisar to Charkop to Bandra to Mandala metro corridor gets key coastal zone nod, and in Bengaluru, the Silk Board Keyarpuram metro link comes a step closer to reality. Also in the news, high voltage political drama over an ex-Jawan suicide over OP or one rank, one pension. Rahul Gandhi and Kejriwal cool their heels in a Delhi police station. Straight up to a mega Magic Bricks now impact. Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has suspended the resolution to sack Navi Mumbai Civic Chief Tukaram Munde. Now the CM reportedly took this decision in the larger public interest. However, remember, this is a temporary suspension. The mayor and the NMMC or the Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation can file their objection against this in the next 30 days, following which they can either execute the CM's decision or roll it back. Earlier, Maharashtra CM Devendra Fadnavis had met with both the mayor and the corporators and Tukaram Munde on this matter, and both parties had submitted their reports. Now, NMMC Chief Tukaram Munde faced a no-confidence motion earlier based on several allegations that were levelled against him by the corporators, including the mayor. Now, 105 out of 111 corporators voted against him, levelling allegations that include behaving in an autocratic manner, taking decisions without the consent of corporators, and humiliating them on various occasions. Now, Munde's ouster had led to a huge public outcry from citizens who rallied in support of the honest officer. Now, of course, the Maharashtra government has gone ahead and suspended the no-confidence motion on Tukaram Munde, saying that it is a temporary decision. Of course, the mayor and the corporators are set to file their objections on this. They say that they stand with the allegations that they have made. They will file their objections. So that's something that we'll keep a close watch on Magic Bricks now. Moving on to our debating focus, hashtag ban firecrackers. Over 400 injured across India in the past 3 days. Children have lost their eyesight and severe burn injuries reported in major hospitals across India. And this is just the toll from firecracker-related accidents. There are no official numbers yet for the number of patients queuing up at clinics and hospitals nationwide complaining of respiratory distress. Now, to get you an idea of the toll that fireworks extract from you, joining me are Magic Bricks Now reporters Shrija and Aishwarya. They've spent the day speaking to doctors and visiting hospital wards in major cities across India. Aishwarya gets us details from Mumbai.
Mumbai's air quality has gone from bad to worse in just days after Diwali. The AQI that has been recorded is between 300 to 400, which means that the category into which the air quality falls is severe, implying that the air that Mumbai citizens are breathing is extremely hazardous for them. Now, we spoke with a couple of doctors who look after respiratory problems, and they told us that they have seen a hike of 30% in the number of patients who have been visiting them with problems related to asthma, with problems related to severe cough, and they have got some patients which are finding it very difficult to breathe. They said that from last year to this year, they have seen an increase of 30% in these patients. Also, they said that now they have got very young kids as old as 3 months going up to 5 years. And the other category which has seen a spike are people above 50 years old. They said both these categories have seen people and small children being finding it extremely difficult to breathe because of the high levels of pollution. On the other side, Doctors at JJ Hospital, at Sion Hospital, at KM Hospital have said that this year they have also seen an increased number of children coming with burnt injuries due to bursting of firecrackers. KM Hospital has admitted 4 young kids aged between 10 to 15 with 20%, 30% burnt marks as they were trying to burst crackers, and those crackers blew into their faces. Sion Hospital currently is looking after 2 kids who have come with burnt marks because of firecrackers. So on both these aspects, when we talk about the pollution that we are breathing and about burn injuries, this year the trend is that they've seen an increase in the number of patients for both these problems.
Aishwarya, they're essentially telling us that the number of injuries because of firecrackers have gone up this year, this Diwali. Let's also take a look at where Bengaluru stands. Shrija gets us details.
Burns, eye infections, skin allergies and breathing problems are some of the issues that came as a package with this year's Diwali celebrations. In fact, compared to last year, this time around the incidence of injuries by bursting firecrackers has seen a decline. In fact, pulmonologists from various hospitals tell us that post-Diwali, they have seen patients, especially children, being admitted to hospitals due to respiratory and lung related disorders. Now, however, in Victoria Hospital especially, what they tell us is they have seen about 30% of decrease, especially in respiratory cases when compared to last year, which was in fact more. In the wards of the city's prominent eye hospitals, many, especially children and women, have been admitted to with serious injuries, especially in the city's prestigious eye hospital, that is Narayana Netralaya. There is a marked increase in the number of eye injury cases from last year compared to 45 cases reported last year, and the number of cases that were reported this year stands at 61. In Minto Hospital, about 24 cases were reported this year when compared to cases at least 32 last year. In Modi Eye Hospital, 9 cases were reported this year compared to 8 last year, and Netradama Eye Hospital reported about 50% decline in cases, reporting total of 5 cases this year compared to 10 last year. Now, compared to last year, there is definitely a decline in the number of eye injuries, especially in Bengaluru this Diwali. In Bengaluru, Shrija for Magic Bricks Now.
Now, whether it is Bengaluru or the city of Mumbai, the story is the same everywhere. Aishwarya also caught up with chest and allergy specialist Dr. Sanjeev Mehta from Lilavati Hospital and asked him about the increasing air pollution and how it is affecting the number of patients with respiratory distress.
This we see every year. This is nothing new. Our patients during Diwali feel very uncomfortable. We did see anywhere between a 20 to 30% jump in the number of patients who came. What is really bad is not just that we see more patients, but we see more intensity of the disease. That's really what worries us.
So when you talk about the intensity of the diseases, which are the major problems that patients come to you, especially during Diwali time and maybe a week after Diwali, because the pollution is still in the air during that time?
Sure. So can I answer that in 2 parts? So what we do see are patients who are normal like you and me, who would come to us with cough and sneezing. Many of them will come with burning in the eyes because of the pollution. Many would come with a little bit of shortness of breath. Those you can manage. What gets us really worried are the patients who are existing patients of asthma or COPD who come to us with severe exacerbations and they need to be in hospital, and that worries us. They are the ones who are difficult to manage.
Is there any way people can stay away from this, or are there any precautions that you can take to avoid getting into this situation? Because we breathe air is everywhere, and once it's polluted, it's very difficult. So what are the kind of precautions that you would suggest to the people?
So I think the best is not be here. So if you have the option, get away from crowded areas, get away from the city. But if you can't, then a few things. One, avoid going near areas where there's direct exposure to smoke. Try to keep your area closed, your homes closed, use air conditioning. Avoid any other stimulant. For example, don't use things like these mosquito repellents, especially in those days. if the person is already a patient, then I advise him to increase the medication a day or so in advance, and so that they can be prevented and hopefully not have an attack. But really, prevention is so much better than cure.
Now, shifting focus to Delhi, where air pollution was much worse than other cities this year. My colleague Deepa Rana caught up with Dr. Major General Avtar Singh from BL Kapoor Hospital of Delhi about the high number of injured patients because of firecracker accidents.
We had approximately 10 cases of burns, which were mostly due to firecrackers, and mostly they were burns over the face, over the hands, and most of the patients were children. And approximately same number of cases we had last year. There was hardly any difference between this year and last year.
So when the burn cases come, what is the severity of burn cases this year, sir?
These burn cases are usually minor burn cases. They are over face and involving about 5% of body surface area. They are not extensive burns.
And so this year, since air pollution levels have reached to a dangerous mark and the smog is there and winters are approaching, what sort of preventive measures have you suggested to the burn cases patients?
We have to see from my specialty point of view that in fact we had already sent the advisory before Diwali that they should avoid playing with crackers, and even if they have to play, they should keep a bucket of water wherever they are playing with the firecrackers. But still the people, they don't listen, they are not bothered, they do whatever they want.
Now we're talking about New Delhi, which was blanketed with smog for the last 3 days. But of course, Delhi government has woken up to the situation and promised aggressive steps to curb pollution. On Tuesday, Delhi government convened a meeting on this issue. After the meeting, the Deputy CM Manish Sisodia announced a slew of measures that will be taken up. Listen in.
तो पहला स्टेप तो यह है कि जो वैक्यूम क्लीनिंग है, पीडब्ल्यूडी को कहा है कि दोबारा से इसको रिवाइज करके कर लें और शुरू कर दें. तो 2 हफ्ते में फिर से चालू हो जाएगी वैक्यूम क्लीनिंग पीडब्ल्यूडी की सड़कों की. दूसरा, एक नई टेक्नोलॉजी इस्तेमाल करके जो कई देशों में होती है, स्प्रिंकलिंग करते हैं सड़कों पे, थोड़ा पानी छिड़कते हैं जेट लगा के टैंकर से. तो वो जेट का इस्तेमाल करके सड़कों पे स्प्रिंकलिंग की जाएगी वाटर की. पूरी दिल्ली के शमशान घाटों को ग्रीन क्रिमिशन में बदलेगा कि हर एक प्लेटफॉर्म के ऊपर स्मोक टैपर लगाए जाएंगे. एक जो टेक्नोलॉजी यूज़ करने के लिए हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि क्योंकि मीथेन इधर उधर से लीकेज होती रहती है डंप में से और वो जलती है वहाँ, तो मीथेन को ओपन छोड़ने की जगह अगर हम उसको ड्रिल कर दें और ड्रिल से पाइप के जरिए मीथेन को बाहर निकाल लें और उसको ओपन एयर बर्निंग करें, तो सिर्फ कंट्रोल्ड बर्निंग होगी वो.
But is it too little too late? Should firecrackers be banned altogether? Is that the long-term solution? Tune in to the Urban Debate tonight with Magic Bricks Now editor Faye D'Souza, where she asks the questions whether firecrackers should be banned at all between 8 and 9 p.m. only on Magic Bricks Now. Moving on to the city of Bengaluru now. Fresh trouble for Bengaluru's controversial VVIP steel flyover. Now, the flyover Beda faction now alleges that the controversial flyover will violate green norms. Citizens are basing their allegations on the detailed project report of the Bengaluru Development Authority. My colleague Shrija caught up with Leo Saldana, an environmentalist who is making these allegations.
They are not even sure about the project, but they have the project report ready. That's one of the most nonsensical and ridiculous violations that one can ever imagine. The second is the fact that the Chief Minister has pushed the project. Chief Minister has no business managing the city. It belongs to the city government to do it. And the city government should have gone to the Metropolitan Planning Committee and sought clearance for this, not the BDA promoting the project. That also has been comprehensively violated. BDA claims that the Cabinet's approval is good enough. It is ridiculous. Cabinet is not the approving authority. It is the Metropolitan Planning Committee and the Town Planning Department, both of which have not approved the project. The third major violation is the fact that this has very, very significant social and environmental impacts, and therefore it qualifies for a proper review under the Environment Protection Act, which it has not gone through, which, as we now gather, is by basically lying on record, by claiming the law doesn't apply. Again, that's a very serious violation, because filing wrongful information by senior officials of the government in court amounts to perjury. It's a criminal offense, and that should not be tolerated anymore, because thousands and thousands of crores of people's money, taxpayers' money, is being poured into what I would call an elite project. This is a VVIP flyover for no particular reason, and it really is a flyover over ordinary people's lives. You know, it's more than just a steel flyover. It's a metaphor for the way in which governance is operating in this state. It's totally sidestepping people's concerns.
Now, we also sought a response from Bengaluru Development Authority post these allegations, the agency responsible for implementing the steel flyover. Now, BDA officials refused to comment on camera. However, they did give Shrija, our reporter, their response. Listen in.
We spoke to BDA officials who refused to come on camera because the case against the steel flyover is in court. However, they confirmed to Magic Bricks now that the plan for the steel flyover will violate NGT's Lake Buffer Zone norms. They also told us that this was how it was planned. In fact, we also learned that the state government is planning to challenge the court on the violation of the buffer zone norms. Also, the citizens are, of course, alleging that the DCR of the steel flyover proposes construction on the bund of the Hebbar Lake in a clear violation of NGT norms that prescribe a no construction buffer zone of 75 meters around the lake. Citizens allege it will also violate the Bengaluru Development Authority's own buffer zone norm of 30 meters. In Bengaluru, Shrija for Magic Bricks Now.
Now, remember, this is a flyover that will cost the city of Bengaluru 812 trees and close to 1,800 crore rupees. Currently, the National Green Tribunal has stayed a work order on construction over the next 4 weeks. That's something that we'll keep a close watch on here on Magic Bricks Now. Moving on, another milestone for Bengaluru's Nama Metro, as a record 1.97 lakh passengers used it to commute on the 28th of October. A day before Diwali, as many as 18,000 passengers commuted by the metro just in a span of 1 hour between 6 and 7 p.m. in the east-west metro corridor. Now, this is the highest passenger turnout that Bengaluru Metro has recorded till date.
Well, on the pre-Diwali day, that's on Friday, we did have an unprecedented rush at the metro station. I think there were a lot of people going out of Bangalore, and I think they chose to travel in the metro. And I think between 6 and 7, there were more than 18,000 people traveled in just 1 hour. It is a record for us. And on that particular day, that is Friday, it was about 1,97,000 people traveled. And that is also a record for us. And well, subsequent day, it was a different story. On a Saturday and Sunday and Monday also, all these 3 days, we had a very low turnover. Perhaps because, mostly our riders, our commuters are people who go to office, or people who go to schools and colleges. So since all the 3 days was a holiday, we didn't get that kind of expected turnovers. And anyway, what happens is that we have started the line from Mysore Road to Bayapanalli just about 8 months ago. It's also new to us how people travel, on what days they travel and what days they don't travel. And the metro as such has been geared up to meet the people contingency. So if such kind of a festive season is going to happen, now we know that maybe during the Christmas and the New Year, how we can gear up, we'll be increasing our frequency accordingly.
Good news coming in for Mumbaikars as well. Major connectivity boost for the city of Mumbai as Metro Line 2, which is the Dahisar to Charkop to Bandra Mandala corridor, has been recommended for coastal regulation zone clearance. Now, the corridor, which connects north, south and east-west suburban areas, stretches 40 kilometers and is expected to ferry close to 21 lakh passengers daily by 2031. According to the Mumbai Metropolitan Region Development Authority that is executing the project, the distance between Dahisar to Mankurt will be covered in just a matter of 80 minutes. It is estimated to cost close to 17,396 crore rupees. Let's also take a look at what's making news in your city. In the city of Mumbai, the Western Railway has proposed an overhaul of fare slabs for first and second class season tickets. The move is aimed at increasing revenue. Now, the plan will be implemented only after an approval from the Railway Board. If the structure is accepted, it will be implemented on Central Railway's Central and Harbour lines as well. The maximum hike in a monthly pass fare for first-class commute has been proposed at 47%, while second-class commute at 38%. In Jaipur, over 100 incidents of fire were reported from several areas of the city during the festive season. The fire department officials added that the control room was buzzing throughout Diwali night. Several incidents were recorded where decorative lights caught fire due to short circuit and set trees nearby on fire. Officials at the SMS Medical College said that as many as 38 people had come to the emergency ward with burn injuries. Meanwhile, the police arrested 2 people in the city for selling highly inflammable Chinese firecrackers. And the Tamil Nadu Public Health Department is working on an online fever tracking system. The system will enable government and private doctors to notify infectious diseases and warn residents in case there is an outbreak. Officials said the flu tracker is being developed by the National Informatics Center and is expected to go live by January. Now, officials say that with adequate data, they will be able to take preventive measures. Also in the news, DMK leader MK Stalin's Mercedes met with a minor accident near Palikonda, close to Vellore this Tuesday. Eyewitnesses say it was a close shave. However, the leader of opposition, who was on his way to Dharampuri to attend a wedding, was unhurt. As per reports, a car tried to overtake Stalin's vehicle in front of a toll gate, lost control and damaged his car. Moving on, high drama outside RML Hospital and complete politics over ex-serviceman suicide over OROP, or one rank, one pension. Now, Rahul Gandhi and Manish Sisodia, who wanted to meet the ex-serviceman's family, have been detained by the police.
तो इनको हम बाहर नहीं ले जा सकते? नहीं सर, प्लीज। ये जो शहीद के बेटे हैं, इनको आप हिंदुस्तान में इनको आप अरेस्ट कर रहे हो। हाँ जी, पहली बार। आपको शर्म नहीं आती क्या? कैसा काम कर रहे हैं आप? इनका बेटा मरा है, पिताजी ये उनके बाप हैं, ये उनके भाई हैं, और आप इनको अरेस्ट कर रहे हो। धक्का जबरदस्ती। कैसा काम है? आपका नाम क्या है? मेरा नाम इंस्पेक्टर ललित। आपको क्या लगता है कि हिंदुस्तान के शहीद के परिवार को अरेस्ट किया जाना चाहिए?
Undemocratic. In democracy, it is the right of the leader of the party to go and raise the issues. So it is uncalled for. What sort of government is? It is undemocratic government. They are putting emergency without saying anything. Their whole act is acting like an emergency act.
राहुल जी ने कहा कि एक नए तरह का देश बन रहा है। मोदी जी एक नए तरह का देश बना रहे हैं।
मोदी जी निश्चित तौर पर नए तरह का देश बना रहे हैं। न संविधान में विश्वास है, न लोकतंत्र में विश्वास है, न विरोधी पक्ष के नेताओं के बारे में सम्मान है। इससे बड़ा दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण इस देश में लोकतंत्र में नहीं हो सकता।
उन्होंने लिखा है कि मैं आत्महत्या कर रहा हूं देश के लिए और अपने साथी सैनिकों के हकों के लिए। ये बड़े दुख की बात है कि एक सैनिक को हमारे देश के अंदर आत्महत्या करनी पड़ रही है। प्रधानमंत्री जी कहते हैं कि ओआरओपी लागू कर दिया। सैनिक आत्महत्या कर रहे हैं ये कहते हुए कि ओआरओपी लागू करो। इसका मतलब प्रधानमंत्री जी देश भर में घूम घूम के झूठ बोल रहे हैं, सबको झूठ बोल रहे हैं कि ओआरओपी लागू कर दिया। अगर लागू हो जाता तो फिर रामकिशन जी को आत्महत्या क्यों करनी पड़ती? ओआरओपी नहीं दे रहे, उनके रैंक कम कर दिए, उनकी डिसेबिलिटी पेंशन कम कर दी, और पूरे देश में घूम घूम के भारतीय जनता पार्टी कह रही है हमने सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक्स किए थे, हमें वोट दो, हमें सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक्स किए थे, हमें वोट दो। पूरी तरह से राजनीति के ऊपर उतरी हुई है, सेना का राजनीतिक दुरुपयोग किया जा रहा है।
On to some news from the city of Mumbai now. In Versova, open spaces are fast turning into dumping grounds. Nearly 200 families living adjacent to a prime plot of land opposite the Yari Road bus depot have been living with the stink of dead fishes that are dried on this plot for nearly a decade now. The piece of land, which was once filled with coconut trees, has seen its green deplete over the years. Suesha Sawant visited this plot earlier in the day and she files this report.
This land that you see behind me is a prime piece of land which is right opposite the Yari Road bus depot. This used to be completely covered by coconut trees until a decade back, but now it has turned into this dumping ground, and this piece of land which has been taken over by the local fishermen to dry their fishes here. This has greatly decreased the salinity in the soil, and it has completely depleted the greens of this plot, as you see. In fact, adjoining to this plot is the residential colony where the families of the Air India staff live. People find it so difficult to live here because it is constantly stinking. In fact, they have approached the government bodies, the BMC, the local corporators. When Magic Bricks Now also got in touch with the BMC, they said that they did not even know about this issue in spite of repeated letters having been sent to them, and even the local corporators refused to talk on camera. But as you see, it is quite difficult for them, and in spite of approaching the government constantly, nothing really concrete has happened. This is Suesha Sawant from Magic Bricks Now.
Meanwhile, Magic Bricks Now also spoke to the residents and asked them how they're trying to fight this problem. Listen in.
This whole area was totally green with almost 35 to maybe 50, 60 toddy trees. We used to see the toddy trappers in the morning climbing the trees to remove the pots. Subsequently, around about 96 to 1999, people started drying fish. They were chased away from the seafront near Everest building, so they started using this place to dry their fish.
And it's getting worse and worse. It was not a garbage dump then, it was just a place to sell to dry fish. But now it's just become a dumping ground for thermocol, I mean, for people who want to get rid of their rubble.
I hesitate to open my window. It's like really bad. All you see is trash, fish, garbage.
We've managed to speak to the Kohlis and the concerned people who are part of the Barsoa Kohli community, but nothing seems to have come through because whenever we speak to them, they promise something, but nothing is happening.
We have met almost everybody possible, including the gentlemen we've named, including the various assistant commissioners and the K-ward officers, health, roads, shops and establishments, everybody. Nobody has ever done anything substantial to remove all our problems.
Now, Magic Bricks Now also learns that Bharati Lavekar, BJP MLA, has assured residents that she will help them solve the issue. She gives us an update on the progress on ground.
एक दिन में हम एक ये क्लीनिंग ड्राइव ले रहे हैं. अभी यहाँ का हो गया है 2 जगह. हम साफ करते करते वहाँ तक पहुँचने वाले हैं, तो वो भी हम साफ करने वाले हैं. लोगों को साथ में लेके काम करते हैं तो उनका उत्साह भी बढ़ जाता है, और बहुत ज़्यादा लोग इकट्ठा होते हैं तो काम जल्दी हो जाता है. तो वहाँ पर भी हम जाएंगे और वो क्लीन करने वाले.
And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of the news on Magic Bricks Now. Stay with Magic Bricks Now for more news and updates.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at Magic Bricks Now. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.